Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about jeans, all the denim loveliness. Now I've got a few different shapes and cuts of jeans here, and basically what I'm going to do with those is style them up for spring, because spring is coming our way. I know I keep saying this in every single video, but it is. I guarantee you it will arrive eventually. Now, I've partnered up with John Lewis for today's video. They have got a plethora, such a wide range of denim, ranging from the super premium denim brands like Paige, Good American, Frame even, to then some of those core denim classics and my personal faves, Levi's, and then a lot of more affordable options as well. So there's pretty much something for every budget, every different wash, colour, fit, cut you can imagine. And so I'm going to get stuck in with styling these outfits. So I'm going to start at the end of my row and work my way backwards. So my first pair is the wide leg. Now, I think wide leg jeans are vastly underrated. I really do. However, they've had a little bit of a resurgence. Some of you guys might have noticed this over the last season or so. I noticed them really starting to come back in fashion around sort of autumn time last year, and I'm really thankful for that because I found wide leg jeans quite difficult to get my hands on. Now the pair that I have here are by Paige, which is one of the more premium denim brands. And the thing to note about Paige denim, it's by far one of the most comfortable denim brands out there because it has that element of stretch to it. Now these ones here are called the Leaner Slim Wide Leg, and they actually have a little pressed crease which runs down the middle of the leg, which makes them, I don't know, I suppose a little bit smarter for a pair of jeans. Now, in terms of styling these jeans, I'd actually keep it really, really simple. I'd go for something like perhaps an oversized shirt. Now, I talk about oversized shirts a lot, especially when it comes to spring, summer, and I think the combination of the really sort of harsh and very, very contrasty black with a blue striped shirt is spring perfection. I know you wouldn't necessarily think black is very spring, but I don't particularly have spring colourways, autumn colourways, that kind of thing. And I'd leave it untucked. I'd wear it over the top of the jeans. Because they're a wide leg, I feel like you can do that. It sort of balances out the silhouette almost. And I just think that paired together with maybe something like a really minimal black bag, just to keep those colours in check. You guys know about my 3-colour rule. In this instance, it's just 2 colours. But the best outfits are always the most minimal. And a nice pair of heeled ankle boots, you could make that casual, you could dress it up with accessories, and I just think that would be a really nice basic, but also a nice chic spring outfit. Right, now this next pair of jeans are actually the ones that I've got on, which you'll see a little bit more clearly in the cutaways. And the shape and fit is the boyfriend jean. Now, I used to be obsessed with boyfriend jeans, probably about 8 years ago. They very much, like when they first, I say they first came out, it wasn't their first coming out, but they were a big trend about sort of 8 years ago, and they have stuck around since, although granted, I feel like the straight leg has kind of overtaken them as a go-to pair of jeans and as probably the most popular. However, I forgot how comfortable boyfriend jeans are, and by far, regardless of brand, a pair of boyfriend jeans are definitely the most comfortable fit and cut of jeans. They're low slung on the hips, which is a delight. There's room, hence the name boyfriend, for, you know, just stuff. Room to move. They're just super, super comfortable. Now, the ones that I've got on here are by one of John Lewis's own sort of in-house brands, which is called And Or. They've got quite a good selection of denim in there, and it's really affordable as well. So in terms of styling boyfriend jeans, they can be dressed up. But as I said earlier, they were a big trend about 8 years ago, and I used to see all the time, in fact, I was one of them that would pair them with heels. My days of wearing like super high heels are very much over now. And I actually think the boyfriend jean is best utilised as the ultimate weekend jean. Just go all out weekend with a pair of boyfriend jeans. And I'd go for something like this chunky striped knit. Leave it untucked, let it be nice and slouchy, super comfortable. Again, you could layer a t-shirt on underneath there as well so that you can strip off if you need to throughout the day. And then if you wanted to add an additional layer over the top of that, you could go for a trench coat or the nice beige colour coat that I've got here on the rail as well, just as something else to kind of layer over, again depending very much on what sort of weather you've got. And footwear, as I was just talking about, you could very much go for a loafer if you wanted it to be a bit smarter. You could do the trainers, especially if you were doing a lot of walking, perhaps you're having a bit of a city break or you're just mooching around where you live, flower market, that kind of thing. Or you could do a pair of ballet flats as well, especially if you were doing something a little bit more like perhaps a pub lunch or something along those lines, where you wanted to feel a little bit more dressed up and not so much in your casual trainers. But they are an incredibly versatile pair of jeans. There's not really a lot that you can't do with them, but they win when it comes to the comfort factor. Right, on to my next pair of jeans, and it is one of my favourite denim brands and an absolute classic. It is Levi's. Now, John Lewis have got so many different styles of Levi's to choose from, so there's ample choice there. These ones are the high-waisted slim leg. Now again, these would look really good with the blue striped shirt, and again you could leave it untucked or you could tuck it in. You could do the sort of preppy vibe with a jumper sort of layered loosely over your shoulders, maybe a baseball cap, doing that whole kind of sort of 90s college vibe. However, I'm going to go for something slightly different. I'm going to go for a bit of a monochrome look. Now, as we all know, especially in this country, our springs can be a little bit temperamental. They're not always super warm. It depends on how lucky we're going to be. And also we get that kind of spring weather where it's a bit chilly in the morning and in an evening, so you kind of need layers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to whip out the cashmere. So you could start off with a t-shirt underneath so that you can unlayer as the day goes on if it got a bit warmer. Now I'm going for something black just because I like the quite sort of stark contrast of the off-white and then the black on top. And this is just a really basic, no bells and whistles, just a plain basic black cashmere. Now over the black cashmere you could then layer over a piece of outerwear, so whether it be something like a blazer or it could be a trench coat or it could be a proper coat. I've actually got one here which is from Jigsaw, which is beautiful. And I actually think that this colour goes really well with the cream of the jeans and the black on the jumper. And I think it's a very, very sort of complementary colour palette as well. Now, obviously, as I just said, as the weather starts to get a bit warmer, you could easily swap that out for something like a trench coat, something that's a bit lighter. However, if we have got chillier weather, then it's always a good idea to keep out a couple of neutral coats and maybe a black coat just in case. Now, in terms of footwear, I'm going to keep this kind of laid back and comfortable, but also sort of chic and put together. I think it's really easy to do with denim because all you have to do is mix in like a couple of pieces of tailoring. In this case, it's the coat, and then perhaps some smarter shoes. So I'm going to add in a pair of chunky loafers. These ones are by June. Again, they're from John Lewis. And these ones are the very sort of chunky style, which are very much a thing at the moment, and they kind of tie in with the black of the cashmere top as well. Right, now this next pair of jeans has been a staple of mine for many, many years. I even used to wear Levi's 501s as a kid. They are probably one of the most iconic and the most classic pair of jeans available. They're still making them, and they are still an excellent pair of jeans that will last you years and years and years and years. And when you start to wear them out, you can cut off the legs and then they can be shorts / cut-offs. So yes, these are the Levi's 501s. Now, as with the creamy pair, which were high-waist slim legs, These are again the rigid denim. Now these ones here are the original styles, so these are the full length. However, you can get cropped styles as well. Because I have long legs, I prefer the original because cropped on me is always somewhere half up my calf, which doesn't always look great. So I always go for the standard length, which come to sort of about the ankle height on me, which is a height that I really like, or a length, sorry, that I really like, especially for spring weather when it comes to that time of year when we can all start to ease ourselves into getting our ankles out and out of all those nice warm chunky socks. So in terms of fit and cut, a pair of 501s is high rise, which Levi's are definitely fans of the high rise cut. The majority of their jeans are always high rise. You can, however, size up a few sizes, a couple of sizes, I would say 1 or 2. It's always worth trying them on though, if you wanted to have them slightly looser and a little bit lower on the hips. I sometimes do that with some of my 501s, just as a tip, because it does make them a little bit more comfortable. They're then slim and sort of figure hugging around the hip and upper leg thigh area, and then they are a completely straight cut all the way down to the bottom. This kind of cut of denim would always be my go-to, would be my favoured kind of cut of denim. Now, for styling these, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but for me, I'd always do the sort of oversized shirt vibe, tuck it in, maybe add a belt, do the jumper over the shoulders again, or add on a blazer. That's a look I really like. Sort of jeans, shirt, blazer, and a pair of loafers with a really, really simple bag. I think it's very clean. It looks like you've made a bit of an effort, but it's also comfortable. It's one of those really easy go-to looks. And John Lewis has a few different colour options in terms of denim wash as well. So depending on what season you're in, you can kind of opt for a darker wash or a lighter wash or whatever you personally feel like you get the most wear out of. But honestly, I find a pair of Levi's 501s are probably one of the most versatile pairs of jeans to style. They pretty much go with anything, to be honest. And finally, my last cut and shape of jeans is skinny jeans. Yes, skinny jeans. Now, I actually get asked about skinny jeans a lot, and it always surprises me. The sort of questions are skinny jeans still in? Or do you have a pair of skinny jeans and do you still wear them? Well, the answer to the latter question is yes. And one of the main reasons for that is because I have a few pairs of knee-high boots. And I think that a pair of skinny jeans is pretty essential if you have knee-high boots, or if you have any kind of boots that you want to wear over the top of your denim. It's got to be skinny jeans. It really has. They don't require any sort of faffing about, any tucking and manoeuvring in order to get them into your boots. You can just slide them on and then pop your leg or your foot directly into the boot, and it's kind of job done all in one go. Now with skinny jeans, you can also get real confidence power. If you find the right fit of a pair of skinny jeans for your body, they can honestly do wonders for your confidence. I'm pretty sure out there we have all got that one pair of jeans that makes us feel amazing when we put them on. And for me, it usually is a pair of skinny jeans or a pair of Levi's 501s. Now I've got a pair here, which are again by Levi's, and these are the ultimate pair of skinny jeans. They've got this shaping technology in them. They pull you in and lift up certain areas, all in the right places. They are what I call magic jeans. And I actually just tried these on in this black colour and it was immediately love. I just couldn't believe how well they fit, and they gave me that confidence boost which comes with a good fitting pair of skinny jeans. Now, in terms of styling, I am actually going to pair these with some knee-high boots. They're black, they're chunky, they're super, super comfortable, and because they're black, they give that elongating effect to the leg because you've got black all the way from the top to the bottom. So that's a little styling tip. If you wear sort of one uniform colour all the way down to your shoes, it can make your legs look longer. Now to smarten up the look, I'm also going to layer over the top this oversized white shirt. Now this one is by Kin. I love this one because it's got a really, really boxy fit. So it's literally shaped like a square. The only downside is it almost sounds like a duvet. This is like a serious ASMR shirt. It's got quite a bit of noise to it, but it is a really, really beautiful cut. So I'm going to layer that over the top and I'm going to leave it untucked, but just unbutton a couple of buttons at the top. Now again, you could layer a t-shirt or perhaps a vest underneath there. If it's a little bit cooler, you could even layer a thin polar neck underneath, just if you wanted to build up those layers to keep yourself warm, but kind of have this outer shell as a shirt, which I suppose indicates that it's a bit more spring. And then adding one more layer over the top of that, I would probably go for the beige coat again, or a trench coat. In fact, I've got this trench coat here, which has actually got some leather panels on it, which is quite a nice sort of contrast to the olive green colour that makes up the rest of the trench. And then a basic black bag. Now it's quite a basic look, but I think that it's a really good go-to when we're in between these seasons, moving from winter into spring. Right, there we go. I feel like I'm really getting into the spring mood now with all this talk of oversized shirts and no socks and all of the spring vibes. I'm just getting really excited for the season to finally start. Now, a big thank you again to John Lewis for partnering up with me on this video and for loaning me all these amazing pieces that I get to play dress up with. I'm honestly in my element when I'm styling bits and putting outfits together. It's where I'm at my most happiest. So I hope you enjoyed today's video and maybe got a little bit of outfit inspiration in there as well for the coming season. Thank you as always for watching, and I will see you next time.